it's not bendy. Yeah, it's slipping. He dropped it, but he could have did it the other way. He could have did whatever he wanted to do because he has the authority, even beyond the cops. So at the end of the day, you are the cops' mercy. Now, ultimately, you're at the judge's mercy, and the judge can do something different than what the cop did, especially if the cop don't even show up and you want to be like, hey, well, this is how I'm seeing it, and it didn't go down like that. Let's go to trial. You can do all that, but it's up to the judge. So you want to have a problem with the cop? You can try to, but when you feel like you're the authority figure, you're not taking no mess from nobody. And that's pretty much how cops look at it. Do they react in ways that, could be a little crazy? Like, say, for instance, when the man pulled her out the car and threw her on the ground and stuff, I'm pretty sure he was rough for her. But if she was pleasant and she was, like, feminine and everything, do you think for a second, and I'm supposed to be going to get something to drink, I think my mouth is getting stuck. Do you think that she would have got thrown, that little girl, she was so petite, do you think she would have got thrown on the ground like that? Especially you smoking a cigarette. First of all, what happened to ladies don't smoke in public? We don't do that no more? Okay. But now you smoking in his face? Now you won't put the cigarette down? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, I'm just saying. So, what happened to her is tragic. Do I think she killed herself? We don't know. At first, I thought that because I tend to have an open mind. So at first, I did look at it like it could be a possibility because she's the type that don't like to go to jail. I'm not sure she's been in jail before. I don't think she has. But you can tell she's the type that don't like to go to jail. I'm that way. One thing I'm not going to do, one thing I'm not going to do, I'm going to tell you that now, I'm not going to jail. Okay? I'm not going to jail. I'm not ever going to jail. I'm not ever going to be restrained or anything like that. That just, I can't even. So it takes somebody like me to be able to understand how a person could feel when they just, I don't want to call it fear, but it's kind of like, say if you have an anxiety attack, something like that. Like I could see how a person could freak out knowing that they are actually in jail. And I don't even, as much crap that I watch, true crime and cases and interrogations and, jail stuff, I probably watch that more than anything, which is crazy because I have a lot of interest, but yeah, I still cannot even fathom. My mind would not even let me fathom what it could be like, say, if I went to jail. Like, I can't even go that far in my mind. As soon as I even me just saying it just now, I can feel panic in the back of my head, if you guys understand what I'm saying. So I can understand if she was anything like that about it, and that's what was happening to her, actually being there. I can't even take my mind there, but she was actually there. So I could see with what they showed us and everything, her trying to call people, no one was coming through. I don't know what that was about. But I could see her getting to a point in her head where she like, nobody's going to come get me. I can't stay another day. Listen, I used to be so scared of heights. I ain't no more, which is good. But I was up into my 20s. I used to be so scared of heights that if I get to a high place, an edge or something, even if it's 2 flights of stairs, I'm on the second flight. That second flight is too high for me. That's just how bad. I couldn't get on top of this car if I wanted to. Then, all right. Since then, I've been driving trucks, get tankers, everything, climbing up there, all that. But before, it was bad. I would jump. I would try to jump. Because I just need this over. I need this to end. That's where my mind is ended. It's got to stop. I would try to jump. That is not just an assumption. We was at the fair We got on the. I don't do roller coasters and stuff like that. I don't play. I don't need all that, baby. I lift weights. Okay, I get action. I don't need all that. I don't do that. I don't play them games. Now I do go, you know, not skydiving, but it's called something else. When you just like, it's like you flying, gliding or whatever. Yeah, stuff like that. But them roller coaster, all that flipping me, playing with me like that, I don't do. I don't do that rough stuff. My ex-husband talked me into getting on one at the Fort Bragg Fair one year, and I bet he never even thought of doing anything like that again. I guess he thought it was gonna be funny. How funny was it when your ass is trying to stop somebody who is trying to get out of the thing and jump off? Because that's what happened. That's what happened. It had to end. And if jumping was the quickest, because they wasn't taking me down and stopping the thing. We had just started going. Even if they were going to consider taking me down, it wasn't happening fast enough. We done went too high and my brain flipped. So, but, I also had to consider a lot of other things. Like, they look at how disrespected they got felt. A lot of cops get offended by that. A lot of cops we've seen them actually take away people because they felt like they challenged their authority. Hey, even if it's just by running. So we know that that's a possibility that he felt that upset. And, probably his boys too. We don't know the interactions between them. If she was crazy enough to do it the first time, she probably was gone, man. She probably was just so mad that he hurt her arm. He was rough with her. He pulled out the car. He arrested her. She probably wasn't nice when she got there. So she probably made enemies. I also had to consider how she killed herself again. And the whole camera thing. So, in the beginning, I looked at it might be a possibility that she did it, but although I say it's possible that she probably considered it, I just don't think that she had as much of an opportunity as they had a opportunity and motive. I just think that's one that they probably got away with. And, one thing that makes it more easy for them is them seeing how nobody was showing up for her. They showed her hearing, she got her bond, and she was on that phone and on that phone and on that phone. And we all saw this throughout the trial. She was on that phone and on that phone. And, it's kind of hard to say with family, but when you have somebody who don't be going to jail like that, and it's a girl at that, it's a woman, a female of the family, and they're actually in jail somewhere, you want to get them out right then. So what was going on with her family that they couldn't even, it's bad that they couldn't, or they just didn't. Because how can you cannot, amongst all those people, it was such a small amount of money. That one was just, I'm surprised nobody ain't even looked into that being a hoax though. I'm going to tell y'all, because I just did my final project and I'm considering whether or not I will bring this to a YouTube video. But, it's not stuff y'all haven't heard before. It's just a combination, because we had different things to choose from, and we had to do like a presentation, like a video, or you could do a PowerPoint, I think, in this one class. And he gave us a list of choices to choose from, and as soon as I saw Black Lives Matter, I chose that. And I went from the beginning to now, and honey, and just so much information I come across, and that's because my ass like to do research. I like to read, research, and investigate. Okay, but it be so much on you, man. It be so much on you. I'm telling you, it be so much on me. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. The stuff I be finding out, it be so much. It'd be so much mentally, emotionally, and that just turns into physically, because a lot of it, I'm talking about we, like, in mass. No, you know enough, and it's like you getting played over and over and over again, and you always, that's the first go-to, play you, right? Because you allow it, because you just show people that, you know, you got the dunce cap on. Play me. That's what I'm here for. Play me. And I'm just like, it's crazy. Which is why my channel is shadow banned right now, because y'all don't probably see it. Y'all don't probably see it, but it's the little stuff that I say, the little stuff that I drop here and in between, because YouTube that made it clear to me years ago that they ain't with that bullshit. Like, they see me. They see every little thing that I'm kicking. Trust me. I just don't even understand. Like, it's hard, super hard for me to wrap my mind around a lot of things, and really find this a cool place to be. You know, because it's not a cool place to be. You know, no matter how you try, you know, how you try to butter it up, you know, it's a bad batch. You can put some sugar in it. You can put some syrup on it. You can put some frosting on it. You could maybe add a little salt. You can try and mix some, put some peanut butter in there. That gives some flavor. Put some cinnamon on it. You know, you're trying to fix this dish, and it's like, it's still, you can tell it's a bad dish on the inside. Like, you can still tell. You tried. You did all right. It's not even leftover, because leftovers, that's when it's flavor sets in. I'm talking about you got a bad dish. Maybe it's a little spoiled. You know, but you still you serve it, I guess. I don't know who would do that, but I'm just trying to paint a picture. And you're just trying to fix it up the best way you can. And it's still, it's full. And that's how the world is. It's really bad. It's really crazy. But what really blows my mind the most is, how they say, our people. Like, seriously, y'all? Like, seriously. Especially after doing this Black Lives Matter project. And the one that was my midterm for this particular class. I did a project, and it was a video. It was like a cartoon video. It was pretty cool. And I showed that, you know, women, black women, excuse me, I'm sorry, did I say women? I meant black women. I mean, like, the ones, you know, that look like me. We're not legally authorized to vote. They just let us. But if they wanted to stop us, they can say, honey, you can't vote because you're black. You know how this whole time blacks, technically this, technically that, but, you know, they just allow some shit because they allow you to just feel and think. That's why y'all be like, oh, why you doing me? Why you treat me so bad? Like, well, it's literally in the Constitution, you dummy. But yeah, went through that, broke that down, and did a cool video about it. And, you know, the main character, yeah, which was me, was Medusa, you know, so did a little skit, and the girls, and we was going to vote, and they was like, they got early voting in Georgia, let's go vote. And, you know, we got to talking about it, and I was like, if anything, we need to be, you know, making them change that so we can have legal voting status. And the girls was like, girl, what you talking about? I've been voting since da-da-da. I know how to vote. I can vote. You can vote. We all can vote. Yeah. The white women fought for their rights to legally vote. And they won that. I want to say they did because first it was just some white women in some states and stuff like that. And they weren't cool with that. And they got down on it, right? And that's just making it short. Now, is this factual? Can it be verified? Yeah, so easily. But, you know, do some work. Shit, what you good for? But when these little amendments and 13th and 14th and all that, and even 15th, all that, none of that says black women has the right to vote. They gave black men the right to vote, and they were specific about that. Okay, they weren't referring to mankind. Okay, you can say man, and we know that we're talking about mankind. But when you say black men, we know you're talking about black men. We're not black men. We're not black men. Okay, and women was doing things then. Yeah, that's kind of what kicked the feminist movement, if you will. Was the, I guess you could say, grandma of it. Yeah. Because the white women was like, I mean, and the actual argument was, them heifers was like, you gonna get black men the right to vote over us, white women? We work and put in this society. We, and they just recently started doing that. But they were saying that they were higher class, they were better, they were more important, and they contributed more. And they should have a contribution in what you can and cannot say and do, just like everybody else who gets to vote, which is the white man. So, they fought and argued their point. And, the particular ladies who fought won for, their crew, that area and stuff like that. And so eventually all the rest of the white women was like, we want our chip and dip too. And, the black women thought it was all good. Everybody. We was sisters or whatever. And it was like, if you don't get, no, you damn sure ain't getting this too. Like, no. Mm-mm. So, I don't know why our people didn't get the picture a long time ago about, I don't know, everything. But, had I been living at that time, that would have been basically all I needed to see to know that the white woman was not my ally. She was not my friend. She will use me, but she's not my friend. So everything they trying to do, we don't got to jump on it. We don't got to be cool with it. But when you've been taught that you need to be included, you need to be equal, you need to be like them, you need to da-da-da-da-da, don't bitch get like me. Oh, you can't. You can't. All right, let me go, because I know y'all pissed and I done talked my ass off, which is what I like to do. You ain't know? It's all good. But this trial, I'm on it. And, we have finals. We cool to spring, so I can do that. And I'm about to be on it. And I'm going to be talking about it. I'm going to be reporting on it. I'm going to be doing videos on it. I'm on this one. Because, But let me say this before I go. Not only was Hannah Payne not arrested originally, Hannah Payne was arrested because of the outpour for her arrest. And you know where that came from. I'm not saying me. I'm just, when I do this, I'm talking about my skin. Because I don't like to call myself black, but that's what y'all be saying. But I'm talking about my folks. That's what this means, my folks. Okay. When they got her folks was writing and calling, and y'all can fact check this. This was reported. It was on the news and everything. They were calling the news station. They were calling the police station. They were calling everybody. Mayor. They probably called the president. And they was demanding, not saying, not asking, not begging, not pleading. And I'm pretty sure it was a couple of, cute ones that say, will you please let her out? But for the most part, they were demanding that they let her out of jail. And it's just a versus, if you will. How they do versus how we do. Where's the outpour for this man? It needs to be continuous throughout this entire trial. That heat needs to stay throughout this trial, because if y'all, the only thing that I foresee as being the biggest issue for me in this trial, from what I can see, from what I know, and from what history has told us, that this woman, although in my opinion very guilty, all them charges, give them to her, they belong to her, um she probably gonna walk. Listen, first of all, that's nothing new, right? But Hannah was not arrested on the scene. Okay, she chased down a man, T-boned him, which caused a crash, right? Now her defense attorney is telling us that she jumped the median to get there. Now, what I was trying to say about the median is, the woman was saying she wanted to prevent him hitting someone else and there being a worse accident. She caused the worst accident. He hit a 18-wheeler, first of all. I don't even see, y'all seen the trucker? I don't think he came his butt back here. I took off work for this. I know good and well he didn't take off work for this. He not missing no trucking dollars to say, oh, he hit me, but I was good. Because what else he gonna say? He hit me, but I was good. Because he was good. How was he not good? I'm not saying his truck wasn't damaged. I mean, that was a hard body Dodge. Maybe. Might have bent a step, cracked some plastic. The plastic that be on a little bit, that be on the outside. That's plastic. But not, okay. He ain't taking off work for that. And we ain't seen him. We don't even hear about him. We don't even know who his name is. He's not around. He's not involved. Okay. So the whole accident was really irrelevant. All that was on him. All that was on the man that's not here anymore. His truck was damaged and he had the most risk of being hurt. He left. Okay. I mean, he got the most damages on him. She chased him down and she eventually killed him. Okay, she wasn't arrested. She handed an officer a gun. She went on about her business. So once it was a demand for her to be arrested, she got bond. All right, and her family brought some black people with her and a little mob, and they showed up. They showed out. They said, this ain't her fault, let her go. And they was not playing. Okay, the whole thing gave, how dare you arrest our white woman vibes. And actually, that wasn't a vibe. It was what they was doing. They demanded her release. She got out on bonds. It's been 4 years. That woman been home ever since. She come to court every day just like everybody else who come into court. And protesters or supporters need to be coming there too, to make sure that they know our foot is still on their neck. She will be held accountable. Even with that sorry defense, that's not a defense. And just a lawyer, is he really a lawyer? I don't know. We might need to check that out because I'm starting to question. But I think that the thing is, we show them we don't care about ourselves and each other. How? What you mean how? The status. The everyday status of our people. We ain't changed it. I don't care what you say about it's gonna take or what this will have to happen. Listen, I don't care what will have to happen. I don't care what it would take. It's gonna have to happen. Because this can't be. But that's not what we doing. We chilling. Okay, and not only are we chilling, we look at the woman that's in Chicago. That's supposed to be the mayor or something of the city. Look at how she doing to her own people. She done ran people out of their business. She spending that money all crazy. She running around here like she a gangster. She Wesley Snipes in what's the name of that movie? Like, the woman is just doing her own people wrong. These are the things that, our people do to each other. Look at all these scammers out here who don't mind taking a heavy advantage of, our people. Henry Dinkins, when he took little Briasia up there and did what he did, that little girl, him and her both black. Listen, We are some of the slimiest to each other, you know. So we not only treat each other bad, we not even trying. Okay, we not fighting, okay, for ourselves. We are not even using any type of strategies that we should be using. Okay. And then when you look at this case, I'm trying to think, is it the tension or something? Like how a lot of people will get excited about something or get involved with something or make noise, or do you just get that? And it's like you smoke crack, right? And then you high now because it's hot. You high now because, you know, you in the thick of it or whatever. No, not this would be the thick of it, right? But you high off of that. Oh, protest. Oh, whatever. We demand. Yeah, you do it. Look what we did. And then you go for the next one? Like, or you think you're done? No, you have to see it through, all the way through. And if there are not enough people showing up for this case and, you know, really get involved in multiple ways, you know, I'm not going to just like really get into it. But if there's not enough people, what they gonna do? Exactly what they do all the time. When they up there and having meetings and making decisions and voting and changing laws and allocating things to people, we're not there. We don't strategize on what to do and then go out and do it for ourselves. We don't do that. And so, you know, they like, hey, who all here? What you want? What you trying to do? What you want to do? What you trying to do? Yeah, let's get their ass on, get on up out of here. And you further out, like everybody else, and then, you know. You know, it would be real sad to see our people sit back and let this girl get off. It would be real sad. I mean, are you relying on the justice system to do it? Because how? Listen, and I'm going to say, and this is just my opinion. Okay, my opinion. Okay. That whole stunt they doing or whatever, or did, the lawyer, in my opinion, if I would have did a video when it happened, I would have said to y'all the same thing I've been saying when I'm discussing this case. The lawyer knew what he was doing. I mean, I think we all can agree Joe Pesci, if he knows anything, is how to be slimy. Listen to his opening statement. He had no problems saying that crap, right? I think he didn't want that judge for a certain reason. I think he didn't want that judge for a certain reason. And the last stall that he did created the atmosphere for him to request another judge. He requested that she recuse herself. He requested that she was acting prejudice against her client, his client. But how was she acting prejudice against the client when her problem was actually with him? So she could have, I think she could have won that battle if she wanted to, but she probably felt like this one ain't worth it. Or somebody probably told her this one ain't worth it. I'm watching. I'm watching. And y'all could say, yeah, he definitely had a stroke. He is verified. I'm sorry, did you verify? Because if you verify, can I see your paperwork and everything? Can I see your proof? Oh, the courts verified it. Okay. Maybe they did. We saw him in the hospital. Okay, so you saw him in the hospital and that man really had a stroke. Okay, first of all, slow down, sassy. Slow down. Because you don't know that. You just believe that because you were told that. And you trust the source. So you believe that it has been verified to be authentic. But you were not the doctors there caring for him as and doing whatever tests determined to say this is a stroke that he's having. You're not those people. And you have not even seen paperwork from those people. And if they gave paperwork, that don't mean that